What up, everybody on YouTube? It's Rob Monty here. And as you guys know, this is another episode of Wrestling News. Alright, so today, what's on today's news? Well, first and foremost, I'm just going to start it off right here. As of last night, as it was announced, AEW's Double or Nothing is also going to be the AEW debut of Mike Tyson. Because Mike Tyson, as a legend in wrestling and boxing, he will be making an appearance at Double or Nothing to present the TNT Championship with Lance Archer and Cody Rhodes at Double or Nothing, guys. My personal thoughts about Iron Mike showing up at Double or Nothing, to me, that's something to look forward to, especially since there's a lot of rumors going around about Mike Tyson getting back in the ring, maybe doing a couple boxing or bare knuckle fighting for one more fight. I gotta say, that's one way to get publicity right there. And me personally, I'm just like, wow, that's big news. I think a lot of people who disagree with me or knows that I'm a WWE fan, they're probably laughing, going like, see, Iron Mike Tyson's going over to AEW now. My honest opinion is this. No, I'm not worried about that. Mike's a legend, a celebrity wing member of the WWE Hall of Fame. Yeah. Like I said about Sting the other day, it doesn't matter if he goes to AEW or not. Or it goes to Japan or Impact. I mean, they're legends of this business, and quite honestly, legends, in my opinion, unless you have a current deal with WWE, you can go and do whatever you want. Make an appearance here, make an appearance on there. I don't think anybody knows, I don't think a lot of people realize that a lot of these legends that you guys clamor about from yesteryear, they practically do whatever they well damn please and where they feel like they're needed. And quite honestly, I feel like for Iron Mike to go to AEW for Double or Nothing only helps him. I mean, and it helps them as a company, which helps the wrestling industry as a whole. Keeping it live and healthy, that's the one thing we all hope as wrestling fans, that all professional wrestling organizations are healthy at the end of the day. And you know what? This is a good way. I mean, hell, think about this. The TNT Championship is something new. You want to make it significant. You already got a match that makes it significant, so how do you raise the stakes higher if it's already hyped up? Yeah, it's somebody in there. And in particular, a celebrity could be a good one. A wrestling legend. Why not both, in fact? So, Mike Tyson appearing, to me, only helps the TNT Championship become a bigger thing, and this match is going to become more significant and important come Double or Nothing. Alright, guys, so what else is on the news today other than Iron Mike? Oh, yeah. I was just looking up on some stuff online looking for buying new games and all that. Alright, so first and foremost, we're going to do an interview article here, which is about Chris Jericho reflecting his issues with Triple H in their early career. Undertaker talks about Vince McMahon. A major storyline is put on hold. Top AEW superstars are expected to make a huge return at Double or Nothing. Whew, what else? Oh, Sarah Del Rey makes it too with the bracket of honor. What else do we got? Scorpio Sky. Yeah, what else we got here? Oh, for some SmackDown news, and Rusev. And then Orton has some words. Alright. So the first thing we're going to talk about is Chris Jericho and his issues with Triple H. Oh, man. Honestly, for those of you who do not know about Chris Jericho and Triple H's issues, this goes back to the early 2000s when Jericho was starting with WWE and would continue on for at least a couple of years. It was more of a professional rivalry nonetheless, because Triple H wanted to it's because Triple H and Jericho looked at each other as competition. They had a really rivalry. It's almost like Bret and Shawn. But I think where it becomes even worse is because Jericho was a WCW guy coming into WWE. So this is what. So basically, they had like a huge fight and all that, and a rivalry going on professionally in real life too. So it wasn't just on camera. So that's what I'm gonna say. So here's what Jericho had to say. I think there were guys in the past that had issues with. I had issues with. I mean, Triple H is one of them. He'll tell you the same. In the early 2000s, we didn't have much likeness for each other, but we always had great matches. And I think that's one of the reasons why we just had this professional rivalry, made maybe a bit of a personal dislike for each other. But fast forward 5, 6, 7 years, you get to be older and wiser and think back, why did we have so many problems? Why did we hate each other? Why didn't we like each other? And now we're friends. I think there's a lot professional rivalry when you're young, full of vim and vigor, as they say. It happens in the rock and roll bands all the time. Bands will break up, and 10 years later they'll get back together, like we did. Why did we waste 10 years of our lives not playing together? I think there's animosity that drives you to become better. And if you have a case, like, say, Jericho and Triple H, our matches were always great because there was a little bit real-life animosity between us. I'm going to show him. Well, I'm going to show him. Well, I'm going to show him. And I think that's good in a certain way, and I can almost suggest back in those days, certain days, Vince McMahon would subtly encourage that because you knew you were going to get better results in the ring. And that's basically Jericho right there, going on, talking about this rivalry that him and Triple H had. And guys, this is what competition does, especially when you're working with people, because we talk about our competitions right now inside the wrestling professional industries where promotions have a rivalry and you're trying to beat that promotion. But sometimes for wrestlers, it's also competition with each other because everybody's trying to get that main event spot or try to be the best guy on the card or having the best matches on the card. And if you really want to be the best, that's basically that's basically what happens. You will meet somebody that you wouldn't think you would dislike, but you end up disliking them because, for one, you want to be better than them and they want to be better than you. And that's the case here with Triple H and Jericho, and that's how that happened in the early 2000s. In my personal opinion, I thought those matches were always great. I always felt like their WrestleMania match at WrestleMania 18 was a very good match. Even though they say it wasn't that great because they had to follow Rock and Hogan, it was pretty good. I think it was one of the more underrated matches on that card that night, and was pretty much, it had a very good storyline. And you know what? I mean, in honesty, that was a pretty good main event of that whole show. I'm going to say this about this, though, to go back to WrestleMania 17, 18, and 19, and 20. Because every match at that time period, it felt like a big match feel. Every match on the card. There was only like one or few matches that were like kind of jokey or chummy kind of thing. Or where it made you feel like you were a chump when you spent it. But then when you watch the other matches, it's like, this was totally worth it. And a couple of those matches I can name right off the bat. For 17, it would be Austin Rock, Taker, and Triple H, and then of course Jericho, Angle, and Benoit. I mean, or was it? I remember they had good matches on WrestleMania 17. I'm thinking that's back at 16, but at the same time, I could be mixing up with 17. Hell, I'm gonna say this about WrestleMania 17. I was a fan of Raven's match in that freaking WrestleMania. And I know a lot of people are thinking, well, he took on Big Show and came for the hardcore title. Why were you enjoying that? Well, because, quite honestly, those guys went all out and fucking Raven made it out of there alive. So, yeah! Awesome match. WrestleMania 18, I would say it goes in this order. And I'm going to go from 1 to 10, or 1, like, from good to bad, right? At the bottom of the bad, which pisses me off that it is, was Austin versus the Outsiders. I'm going to call it Austin versus the Outsiders. It was a handicap match, but I felt like it could have been more, and it wasn't at the time. But it was an interesting match to watch, nonetheless. I say the underrated match between Booker T and Edge tops that one easily. And then I also like the DDP versus Christian match. And then actually, scratch that. So, basically, let's put Austin and the Outsiders on the bottom of this. You had DDP and Christian that tops it. Then you have Booker T and Edge that topped it. Also, guys, you know what was also very underrated that I'm not even thinking about right now? That's probably right underneath Austin and the Outsiders. It would be Kane and Kurt Angle. That was a pretty good match, too. I would say Taker and Flair, Jericho and Triple H, and then Hogan and Rock. That's how I look at it as far as ranking WrestleMania 18. WrestleMania 19, holy shit. I would go as far as this. Booker T and Triple H, Austin Rock. Austin and Rock's matches are always great, so why is it that they're on the bottom 2 matches of this? Don't ask why. Well, I guess it's because it was Steve Austin's very last match, and it was not as great as the others. Shawn and Jericho, HBK and Jericho match was good. Probably the best one. Hogan and McMahon, and then the number 1 would be Lesnar and Angle. And as far as 20 goes, I think WrestleMania 20, from start to finish, and even in the kickoff, well, pre-show, which was heat at the time, speaks for itself. That was a pretty good card on its own, right? So there you guys go on my opinion on those WrestleManias. And honestly, when I watched Jericho versus Triple H, any match they were in against each other, it was always good. Either it was funny or it was dramatic, it was serious, it was always intense. Always a great match to watch, Jericho and Triple H. I could watch a Jericho and Triple H match over and over if I had to. I think those two I think that's one of Triple H's greatest rivals is Y2J, and I think it's the same way all around. Jericho's greatest rival would be Triple H, in my opinion, too. So, all right, next. The Undertaker talks about Vince McMahon telling him the streak was ending. As you guys, this was during an interview with Ariel Helwani. He'll probably also go over it again on the Last Riot special. So here's what it was said. What happened at WrestleMania 30? And this is what he had to say. Internally, and the way the business works, I knew someday it would end. In our industry, you don't walk away like Floyd Mayweather undefeated or Rocky Marciano. It just doesn't happen that way in wrestling. It was always back in my mind that it would end. Although most of my peers, and people that I work with thought it was a horrible decision, I just asked Vince, are you sure? Is this what you want? He was like, if it's not Brock, who can beat you? All right, it's your call. Well, it's your call. To me, this is very honest and open and candid. And I actually agree with this. I mean, when I see it from where Taker's talking about and how Vince is perceiving this match at WrestleMania 30, I totally agree. I mean, if it's not if Brock can't beat you at WrestleMania, who the fuck can, right? I mean, you look at it, Brock, ever since he's been back, has been seen as a monster. So, let's put it this way, folks. I think a lot of people would have been happy if it was AJ or Roman to beat Undertaker at WrestleMania, or Cena beating Undertaker at WrestleMania. But you want my honest opinion? No. Because if Brock was not supposed to beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania, which I think it could have still worked, but Vince McMahon made that pretty much clear why. If it's not Brock, who can beat you? In my opinion, if it's not Brock, that is exactly what I would be asking. Who can really beat Taker? Who can actually stop the match of The Undertaker? The only thing I can think of is God stopping Undertaker in the ring with a lightning bolt or something, saying, "You shall not pass," kind of thing. But if you're going to talk about guys in the ring who can actually beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania, the only one that seemed like most legit when you look at the roster is Brock Lesnar. He's the most legit. For all of you guys who are MMA fans, know this. Because Brock is an actual legit fighter. So if he can't beat Undertaker, that don't mean Roman can beat Undertaker. That will mean Cena couldn't beat Undertaker. That's just how it is. And at every year, WrestleMania, there's always going to be a victim. Now, if you ask me, do I necessarily would like that idea? Of course. I mean, I'm a fan of Undertaker. I think Undertaker's streak should never have been broken. I would have been fine with that. But I could understand where Vince was coming from on this, guys. And by technicality, I think everyone could, And when you look at the match, I thank God Brock did finish that match and Taker did finish it. Because Taker looked like he was going to get killed if he continued this match. If it was to continue like that, So, that's just my honest opinion. But I like what Taker did, though, before he decided to end it. Because he says he said he knew it was going to happen one day, even if it was a horrible decision or not. So he just asked Vince, "Are you sure? Is this truly what you want?" That's basically Taker asked Vince personally, with that respect. And to me, that means a lot more than than what anybody else thinks. Because if Taker is the main guy and he went to the main source of who's deciding who's going to win and who's not going to win, and he went and respectfully asked Vince what was going on, like we all know Undertaker would, then you know what? We wouldn't get the true answer. And I feel like Vince's answer here is very true to Taker. And I feel like that's the respect and the friendship between Vince McMahon and The Undertaker in that sense. Because Taker will have the sense and just go to the source, main source, and figure out where he's coming from, And now Taker also comments and says this: everybody thinks I have all this juice, like I can say yes or say no. I could have said no, but what was that going to do? That really would have disappointed people. What do? I go out and throw a tissy and go. If I'm not going over, then I'm not going in. That's not me. I'm business, and business comes first before anything personal. So I just double-checked and made sure he was 100% that was what he wanted to do, and that was the plan, so I went with it. You guys want my honest opinion on this at that point? You see that last line, the one I just highlighted there, where it says, "So I just double-checked and made sure he was 100%. That is being a man. That is being a man. You don't take anything personal. You just go up to the source. His source happens to be his boss. The boss is Vince. So he went to Vince and asked him, "Is this what you truly want? And this is how you want it?" Okay. Just making sure. We'll do it. To me, so a lot of people that might kind of suck as an answer, but that is the true answer. That's the right answer to do it, and that's doing right by business in general. I mean, it sounds heelish from me saying that, but the reality is this. This man did his job. Not only did he do his job, bro, he went and did the right thing before he before he went out and did it. Because just imagine, if Taker had done the match, did the finish, Vince is pissed off with the finish, and Taker comes back and he finds out Vince is pissed because he doesn't like the finish, because he wasn't 100% sure about that finish, and Taker could have had something to do about it. I think Taker would feel a lot more like shit right now, and there would be a whole hissy and tissy fit, as he's saying. So basically, he just made sure, hey, we're doing this, right? Just gotta make sure everybody's all in, and I gotta see if this is what you truly want. Because I feel like this is the right thing to do, because if you know something can be fixed right away and nipped in the butt like this, the best thing to do is go to the source and find out what the source is wanting and what the source is seeing. I don't think anybody could foresee the concussion in that match and how it actually ended up, but Taker wanted to make sure that by doing right by Vince that he would do the job if Vince was truly 100% with it, you know? And that's something that's respectable, in my opinion. And it's even more respectable because the man was a man enough. He was man enough to find out what did the boss actually wanted instead of throwing a bitchy fit like some other guys would and take their ball and go home. You know, Taker said, hey, this is what you want, we'll do it. And I just want to make sure this is what you want. You feel like this is the right time, then let's do it. That's basically what happened. That's more respectable than somebody throwing a fucking hissy fit and being unprofessional. And of course, look at all this. Everybody has their own opinion, and I'm going to say this right now. What happened at WrestleMania 30 is done. I'm not going to speak anymore. I am frustrated that the streak ended. I'm like everybody else. I hate the idea the streak ended. But if everybody on board in this match was 100% sure about what they were going to do about this match, I have no reason to complain, and I don't think a lot of people do. I think a lot of people have an opinion of how the match should have ended up, but you got to remember, you're not the one putting the show together. Remember that now. And Vince felt like it was time, and Taker was willing to do whatever Vince asked him, even if he felt like it was shitty. He was going to do right by being a business person first, before being a personal asshole, you know, and raising hell. But see, that's how come Taker has lasted long, guys. It's because he remembers exactly right here. He remembers this line: "I'm business, and business comes first before personal." And that's basically what's going on with a lot of guys who get real pissed off. They let personal become first in business at that point. And that's why it makes it so hard to do things professionally, guys. That's just what I'm saying. Personal feelings and emotions make things hard to do when you gotta do something that's not personal, kind of deal. You know. All right. Major storyline for WWE is reportedly being put on hold. And the storyline, for all of you guys are wondering, is that they had a major storyline planned for the spring and summer, according to WrestleVotes. WWE officials decided to put this storyline on hold due to the coronavirus and not having fans and TV events fans attend the shows and live and TV. But so this was this major storyline that was planned ahead of time. This was probably a thing that was probably put into works probably sometime last year, maybe in the mid-summer area for SummerSlam. And this is what was being told. I've been told there was a long major storyline. This is from FWIW. And basically what they're saying is they have been told there was a long major storyline that was to unfold over the span of the weeks during spring and summer, similar to the McMahon limo explosion or the Nexus invasion debut. That was put on hold due to due to the coronavirus, guys. Because the crowd reaction needed to play a major part. My opinions on this, I'm glad they did that, because if this thing's going to be a major storyline that was going to be a game changer as far as what WWE is doing in the rate, as far as storylines go, I think it was smart to do that so the crowd could go nuts and go banana. I mean, if a storyline depends on the crowd reaction more so, you should definitely put it on hold during this pandemic, because what's the point of doing it if the crowd doesn't go nuts? You know? That's just the honest opinion. Much like a lot of the fans right now who are complaining, how can you have a wrestling show in an empty arena and not have a crowd go nuts? We're all going nuts at home going like, what the fuck? Why can't we go to the show? Why can't we go out to the beach? I want to go to the club and see my friends. I want this. It's a conspiracy. They can't keep me locked up. For those of you guys who want to know what kind of fucking imitation of that I was, quite honestly, where I got that from is from Facebook, because I've seen a lot of videos of people complaining this whole COVID-19 pandemic is a conspiracy. Some of it's true facts, which I try to listen to very closely with a grain of salt. And then there's the people who are just bitching and complaining about staying home. It's like, you feel like you got locked up. I mean, fuck. If prisoners were going this crazy in jail, you know, I'm pretty sure there'll be more breakouts than there is now. You know, guys? Anyway, I was just trying to be funny. It's not funny, but the reality is this. Without a crowd reaction for a major storyline, there's no point in doing the storyline. I mean, because then it won't work as well as it should. A lot of the fans have complained about this for going to empty arena shows or all that, or just trying to watch the next shows from the empty arena, and they going like, it's not the same. It's like, you know what? It's not supposed to be the same. I say just focus on the storylines at hand, because then I'm probably like, okay, maybe I can get invested in the character, because I can't get invested in the crowd saying stupid shit, you know? But first, for all serious note, there is a lot of people out there who have been in this COVID-19 pandemic who are so cooped up that they are starting to bitch and complain on video and put it on Facebook and saying that it's a conspiracy by the government that is keeping them locked up, and just, you know, it's unjust and immoral. They feel like they're eating their own doo-doo feces and all that kind of shit. And they just want to go back out and go party, go to work and all that kind of shit. People who want to go back to work, I understand. That I'm not going to get upset. But the people who are saying that they are locked up and kept prisoner in their own house, I'm like, well, you could go take a walk. Just put your mask on and go take a walk. You know, wear some gloves so you don't touch anything nasty. Oh, yeah, that's right. Some of you guys throw away your gloves on the floor and not fucking put it in the trash can like a fucking pig. That's the truth. But there's a lot of things you can do during this lockdown. There's still a lot of things. You can go outside, make a garden, make some... Fuck, a lot of you guys complain about not having food. Why don't you go buy some seeds at the store when you're at the store and grow some fucking food? Oh, because it takes time? That doesn't matter. When you're buying food over there, you should also buy some seeds so you can grow food just in case the store runs out of food. I mean, that's what I'm doing at least. I'm fucking trying to grow some potatoes or some carrots in the ground so that I have some food just in case there's a major food shortage. And I'm going to have to fight people, you know, for it. You know, and that's not being a doomsday prepper. That's just being smart. That's just a fact. Alright. But yeah, I can understand why WWE would put this on hold. Because if it's something as big as the Nexus Invasion debut, I would want a crowd to be there. I would really want a crowd to be there, you know? As far as this COVID-19 lockdown, I think we all need to just chill out. Seriously. And for all of us who do know the true conspiratorial facts, don't try and scare people. Just tell people what they need to do to get prepared, just in case. You know? Don't try and scare them. Fuck. I know some people don't listen to anything without getting afraid first. And see, all these guys are not laughing, and this guy's going like sounds like a fake story. You know what? If it is, we'll find out, right? If it's a fake story. This guy calling bullshit. Well, if it's bullshit, we'll find out, won't we? And this one says, let me guess, Roman Reigns versus the entire locker room. Well, that would be fun to watch, wouldn't it? And I'll bet you Roman wins the match, too. Alright, so for Double or Nothing, guys, as you guys know, Mike Tyson will be at Double or Nothing presenting the TNT title to the winner between Cody versus Archer. And also at Double or Nothing, AEW stars, top main event AEW stars will make a return. The Young Bucks and Hangman Page, who are making up the Elite, they will be returning at Double or Nothing. I don't know if this is a one-off because of the COVID-19 thing, and I believe Nick has a new member of the family who's a baby who's very compromised. But anyway, they are scheduled to come back at Double or Nothing. So this is what is being out there. This comes out from the Dave Meltzer's Wrestling Observer Radio. Like I said, take Uncle Dave's word for salt, a tiny grain of salt. As far as this, I wouldn't be surprised if they did bring the Young Bucks back for Double or Nothing because, quite honestly, it's one of their biggest pay-per-views of the year. And if you are trying to make a good a storyline between the Inner Circle and the Elite, you're probably going to need the Young Bucks and Hangman Page. So I can understand where he's coming from on that one, guys. All right. Now, Sarah Del Rey. Oh, this is from Ring of Honor news. So, a press release has been sent revealing that Sarah Del Rey has won their virtual Bracket of Honor championship. She defeated Awesome Kong in the finals. This is a virtual bracket. It's a virtual tournament. Basically like what you would see in South Park doing their Who's the Best Character in South Park Bro Down, you know? Where the fans vote and basically they make a simulation of what is going on. So Sarah Del Rey overcame Amazing Kong's awesome power to win the Women's Bracket of Honor Championship. Before defeating Kong in the finals, Del Rey beat Rain, Lacey, and Angelina Love. The tournament began with 16 competitors featuring current members of the roster and classic Ring of Honor competitors from yesteryear. Thanks to everyone who voted in the Women's Bracket of Honor. So Sarah Del Rey, if you don't know who Sarah Del Rey is, that's Sarah Amato, who is basically the head women's coach at the WWE Performance Center. And she's basically one of the main ones responsible for why our women's division in WWE is just awesome. So, there you go. Alright, what else we got here? Scorpio Sky is the 4th member of the ladder match. The casino ladder match. At Double or Nothing. So, like I stated this before, this match is almost like the Money in the Bank ladder match, but this is how they're determining their next number one contender for Jon Moxley's AEW World Championship. They're doing via ladder match, and it's called a casino ladder match. So basically, you win the match, you win the jackpot, kind of. That's the concept, basically. And here's your 4 competitors for it. It will be Scorpio Sky, Orange Cassidy, Colt Cabana, Rey Fenix, and Darby Allin. Actually, I said 4th entrant. He's the 5th entrant. My bad. My bad. Damn. Anyway, you already got 5 guys in this Money in the Bank. Well, not Money in the Bank. Casino ladder match. But here's what it says. What the whole idea of the casino ladder match, if you don't know what it is. The goal is to grab a casino chip that will grant them an AEW World Title match. The wrestlers will enter every 90 seconds. Unlike many matches with staggered entries, the chip can be grabbed at any time. Therefore, if the chip is grabbed by any wrestler at any time, even without all the wrestlers have entered the fray, the match can end just like that. So basically like an actual casino. So it's not, like I said, it's almost like Money in the Bank as far as what's at stake. But this ladder match is gonna have, I don't know who else is gonna be in this ladder match other than these 5 guys, but these 5 guys are gonna be competing. Every 2 minutes, an entrant comes into the match. Whoever takes possession of the chip is the winner and has hit the jackpot, basically. And which means the match could very well end if it's, let's give you an example. If Darby Allin and Rey Fenix go one-on-one and they grab if one of them grabs the chip before Colt Cabana or Orange Cassidy or Scorpio Sky were to come out, then that one person who did grab the chip wins the match. Which makes sense. It's kind of like how the Money in the Bank did to whoever would grab the briefcase. Only difference is, in Money in the Bank, everybody started at the same time. For this particular match, though, that means the match can end up with only 2 guys in this whole match. So it could be just a basic ladder match, or it could be a crazy crapshoot, which is kind of like how it is when you play the casino machines, man. Like when you hit the slot machine, you put 1 coin, you're stuck there. You keep putting the coin in, hoping that you get all those chips so you can get your cash prize, right? Doesn't happen. The next person who sits down, puts a coin, does the same thing. Well, okay, they didn't get it. Next person puts it in, boom, jackpot. Basically, that's the concept out there, folks. So whoever gets in this match, whoever grabs that chip at any time of the match, is in fact the winner. So who am I betting on through this group of guys so far? Honestly, I'm gonna go with Scorpio Sky because he seems like he's probably one of the most over, if not Orange Cassidy. But I gotta see who else is coming into this match. So, because they're saying there's more names to be added. And as of right now, you got Scorpio Sky, Darby Allin, Rey Fenix, Colt Cabana, and Orange Cassidy to enter this casino ladder match. And basically every 2 minutes, one of them will join the match. Basically. But the winner is the one who grabs the chip. Remember that. Alright. So, and this should be an exciting concept of the ladder match. Should be a new, exciting concept, in my opinion. I think it's going to be great. Charlotte Flair will be returning to SmackDown this week, as she will be basically, we do not know what they're saying that she's going to return to SmackDown. They don't know what she'll be plotting when she rolls into SmackDown. You know what I say? It might be Charlotte, Bayley, and Sasha finally decide to be a faction in main storylines, which would be freaking believable. We'll see what happens, though. Alright, also, since this is from one YouTube channel, going out to a Twitter channel, I guess. For those of you guys who are a fan of Rusev, Rusev will be will be starting his new Twitter channel, his new Twitch channel. He's gonna have his basically what he says. Today is the day, not just Matt Cardona's birthday, aka Zack Ryder, but also Twitch is going live at 1 p.m. Pacific. So let's play together at Miro Twitch on Twitch. So you guys check out Rusev's Twitch channel, and it should be fun to watch what he's going to be doing. From what it looks like, he's already gone on live from my time right now. So I'm probably just going to catch a replay. But if anybody missed that, he had his first episode, his first video on Twitch. It has gone live. Alright, next. Randy Orton tweets his challenge to Edge. And a question also pertaining to Rusev's Twitch. First and foremost, what Rusev has said. He was asked if Lana will appear in his future Twitch streams. And Rusev said it's not up to him. Tweeting saying that fan would have to ask Vince McMahon if he allowed her to appear. So basically Rusev is saying you gotta go ask Vince. And you know what? That is a good response. Well, a lot of people are going like, well, she lives with the guy. Why can't she show up on his Twitch? Well, because in real life she's married to Rusev. However, in WWE storyline, she's married to Bobby Lashley. Now, Vince is I think they're working on a way to do a storyline where Lashley and Lana split. But basically, I think Vince would be upset if Lana showed up on Rusev's Twitch right away. You know? I mean, especially in her current standings as far as her character goes on WWE TV. Right now, they're teasing Lashley. They're teasing Lashley to leave Lana for MVP. So, it might be soon. But Rusev saying, ask Vince. This is the professional way of saying, it's not up to me right now due to current stuff going on with Lana. But once that's done, who knows? Maybe she can. That would be cool. And this is what this asshole had to say. Rusev just wants to be paid. Damn shame, he never really got his run. AEW is packed to the gills. You know, as far as that statement goes about AEW being packed to the gills, would they hire Rusev in a heartbeat if they got the chance to? As most of you guys who do realize about the released contracts of the Black Wednesday superstars, they have a 90-day non-compete clause going on. So, Rusev's, I believe this is probably in the 50s mark by now, 50 days by now? I don't know. I haven't been keeping count of the days. But it's been almost 1 month since Black Wednesday. Since Black Wednesday. That's for sure. Alright. What the fuck is that sound? Alright. Here it goes again. Oh, I think I know what that is. For those of you guys who don't know, my grandmother has a calculator. She's actually working on her taxes. And the calculator is actually talking to her so she knows, so she can hear and know what she's typing in. And it's quite funny because the thing also talks jokes. It's really cool shit, you know? Anyway, this is the last thing which I was going to bring up is Randy Orton has made a challenge to Edge, as most people know, on Monday. And basically he's going back on that challenge podium and he's saying 9 years is a lot of time to think, to wonder, to doubt. As you all know, in this picture down here, even though this is a video from WWE's Twitter handle, as you look at it, Randy Orton made that challenge. Look at Edge's facial expression. It shows doubt. I believe this is a storyline where Edge is doubting himself, but then again, who knows? But would this be a good match come Backlash? I think so. Edge and Randy always put on good matches, even if Edge happens to be less than what he used to be, you know. I think they're going to put on a good match still at Backlash. Maybe not WrestleMania quality, but it'll still be a good match. Alright, so that is it for today's news. Oh, and by the way, who fought... I forgot about the question of the day again. Anyway, we'll save it tomorrow for that, but I'm going to throw a good one out there. For all those of you who didn't watch Backstage last night, CM Punk teased that he was the hacker. Well, it was a joke, most likely. But what are your guys' thoughts and comments if CM Punk comes back and he is the hacker for WWE? That would be frickin' beyond, like, oh, that worked, in my opinion. Anyway, guys, I know a lot of you guys are laughing because they go like, yeah, CM Punk being the hacker. That's just funny. That would never happen. He kind of did. And, you know, we joke around like this about it. And if it happens, it's like, okay, I haven't seen everything yet. Like, that's how it's going to be. When we probably will be put in our place and humbled somehow. Anyway, if you guys liked the video today, hit a like, subscribe, leave a comment. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great and blessed day. Y'all take care. God bless you, and God love you. Thank you, God.